Choosing the right gimbal for your smartphone is crucial if you're looking to create smoother, more professional looking videos. But with so many options available, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. The key is finding the one that best suits your shooting style and needs. Whether you're capturing some cinematic B-roll for YouTube, shooting a commercial, or just documenting everyday moments, selecting the right gimbal makes all the difference. So in this video, I'm going to guide you through the different types of gimbals, everything from small and compact that fit in your pocket to larger, more advanced gimbals with professional features. So let's jump straight in and find the gimbal that's best for you. Now, you might think that all gimbals are pretty much the same, but trust me, they are definitely not. Each has its own unique features and its own set of limitations. So to simplify things, I have got 3 gimbals in front of me here, all from completely different brands, and I've grouped these gimbals into 3 categories. We've got a small, compact gimbal for portability, a standard gimbal for more advanced moves, and a hybrid gimbal for versatility. I'm going to start with the small and compact gimbal and make my way up, pointing out all of the pros and cons of each gimbal so that you have a really good understanding of what each of these gimbals does and which one would work best for you. A big thanks to Epidemic Sound for sponsoring this video. Now let's start with gimbal number 1, the small and compact gimbal. Okay, so this is the Insta360 Flow. This gimbal is an incredibly compact, portable option that's perfect for anyone looking for smooth footage on the go without the added bulk of a larger gimbal. If you're a beginner or someone who just wants something simple and lightweight, the Flow or any other compact gimbal such as this could be a really great option. This one weighs just 360 grams, plus it's small enough to fit in your pocket, making it a great choice for travel, vlogging, or anyone shooting on the move. But it's not just about the size. The Insta360 Flow offers a variety of features that make it beginner friendly and accessible for mobile content creators. For starters, the setup is incredibly easy. You don't need to worry about complicated menus or adjustments. It is designed with simplicity in mind, which is perfect for users who don't want to get bogged down with the technicalities. The gimbal has all of the modes that you would expect to help you capture the best shots possible. FPV mode, for example, where all of the axes are unlocked for much more immersive and dynamic shots. Pan follow mode, where your horizon is locked and remains level, plus many more to help you get a good range of movements. The Flow also has some really impressive features like automatic subject tracking, where it can follow you around as you move, making it great for shooting solo. Also, Insta360 has an incredible app that makes shooting and editing your videos really easy. The app also gives you access to a variety of creative modes that let you enhance your shots. For example, there's time-lapse mode, panorama mode, plus a ton more, so perfect if you're just starting out and new to video. The gimbal does an excellent job at keeping your footage smooth when you're walking, running, or shooting from various angles. It also has a pretty strong battery life, lasting up to 12 hours on a single charge, which is more than enough for a full day shooting or travel. So a small and compact gimbal like this definitely has its upsides. Another gimbal that I would put into this small compact category would be this one here, the DJI Osmo 6. I recently made an entire video about this. I will link it below. However, like any piece of equipment, the Flow and other small compact gimbals just like this one have their drawbacks. So let's talk about some of the downsides to using a gimbal like this. Now, by far the biggest downside, at least as far as I'm concerned, is its limited tilt range. Limited tilt range doesn't seem like too big of a deal, does it? Well, trust me, it is. I have lost count of how many comments I've had on my videos saying I've bought a gimbal, but my gimbal just isn't doing what yours does. How do you get those shots that start low to the ground and then lift up, replicating a crane shot? And the answer to this is by using a gimbal with a good tilt range. Let me very quickly show you what I mean by using this gimbal and the joystick. I'm going to start with the phone tilted down as far as it will go, like this, and I'm then going to tilt the phone up as far as it will go, like this. That is as far as it will go up. So the tilt range is from there to there, which isn't great. If you have a gimbal with a limited tilt range, you're also limited to what shots you can capture. This means that whilst you will get smooth footage, you won't have the flexibility to create certain complex shots that require a greater range of movement. So if you are looking to capture shots that start low to the ground and rise up, replicating a crane shot, or if you're looking to do more advanced camera moves that require more flexibility in your angles, then a small compact gimbal like this might not be the best fit for you. Also, whilst the Insta360 Flow works great for smooth and stable shots, its payload capacity is definitely on the lower end. It's designed for smartphones, but not much else. So if you're planning to use it with larger, heavier rigs or accessories, maybe you want to add an additional lens, maybe an external hard drive or microphone, then this gimbal is definitely going to struggle and you might run into some problems. So who is the Insta360 designed for, or any small compact gimbal for that matter? Well, if you're a beginner, a content creator who's just starting out, or someone who needs a compact gimbal for travel and everyday moments, this is a really great option. It's also perfect for vloggers or anyone who wants a lightweight, simple to use gimbal with enough features to capture high quality content on the go. If you're looking for a no-fuss portable gimbal that delivers solid performance and is easy to carry around, then the Insta360 Flow could be exactly what you're looking for. But if you're looking for something that leans more towards the professional end, then you might want to consider something like this next gimbal, the Hohem M7. Now, this gimbal falls into the next category of a larger, more advanced gimbal with professional features. Now, the reason I've chosen the Hohem M7 for this is because it's one of the latest gimbals in this category, and I've tried and tested it, so I know it works. In fact, I've made an entire video about this gimbal that I will link up in the cards as well as in the description below. Now, this gimbal definitely punches above its weight in terms of features while still remaining affordable and relatively compact. Will it fit in your pocket like the Insta360 Flow? No, but it still folds down pretty small. So this is where you need to start to weigh up what's more important to you. Is a small compact gimbal more important, or a slightly bigger gimbal with more features and flexibility? Only you can decide this, of course. Now, a gimbal like this is a great option for those of you looking for a budget-friendly gimbal that doesn't compromise on performance. One of the standout features of the Hohem M7 compared to the Insta360 Flow is its excellent tilt axis, which, as you now know, is crucial for capturing a wide range of dynamic shots. Unlike the Insta360 Flow, which has a very limited tilt range due to its compact design, the M7 allows you to get low to high angle shots with ease, making it a great choice for capturing cinematic and creative filmmaking. The motor strength of the M7 is also really impressive for the price, and it's able to take a much heavier payload, up to 500 grams, so it will easily take the weight of a larger smartphone like the iPhone 16 Pro Max, for example, as well as additional lenses and microphones. So a gimbal like this definitely leans more towards those of you that are taking things a bit more seriously when it comes to mobile filmmaking. The M7 also has incredible tracking capabilities. This gimbal has a magnetic tracker that attaches to the top of the gimbal, so it will work with any phone or any camera app, unlike the Insta360 Flow, for example, where you need to use a specific app in order to enable the tracking. The M7 also has a detachable remote which doubles as a preview screen as well as a joystick, so perfect for shooting solo or anyone that wants to capture shots of themselves when they don't have anyone to help. Now, that being said, let's talk about some of the downsides to this gimbal, because while it's compact for a gimbal, it's still bulkier compared to the ultra portable options like the Insta360 Flow or Osmo 6. So if your number one priority is a gimbal that's really easy to carry around and fits in your pocket, then the Insta360 Flow is by far the better choice. But if you couldn't care less about whether the gimbal fits in your pocket or not, and just want a gimbal with the best tilt axis and more flexibility when it comes to camera movement, then the M7 is by far the better choice. So who is the M7 for? Well, the M7 is for those of you that need a reliable and affordable gimbal with a great tilt axis for dynamic shots and creative flexibility. It's perfect Perfect for beginners as well as professional content creators who are looking for a budget-friendly solution but don't mind a slightly bulkier design compared to smaller pocket-sized gimbals like the Insta360 Flow. Now, a gimbal is key to capturing smooth, steady and professional-looking shots, but the visuals are only half the story. It's music and sound effects that will really help bring your videos to life. Take these raw clips from a recent shoot, for example. They look okay, but they sound terrible. But if I add some well-chosen music along with some sound effects, we now have this. So as you can see, by simply adding some music and sound effects to your clips, you can completely transform how they look, feel, and sound. So if you're looking for a huge library of professional sounding music and sound effects for your videos, then I highly recommend checking out Epidemic Sound. I've been using them for years. They make finding exactly what you're looking for incredibly easy. They have a huge mix of music, everything from hip hop, electro beats, cinematic music, as well as a massive library of sound effects that really help bring your videos to life. Another thing I like about Epidemic Sound is that they're constantly updating their features to help speed up your workflow. For example, they've just introduced a feature where you can post a track similar to what you're looking for from Spotify into their search bar and then get instant track recommendations to match what you're looking for. If you haven't tried Epidemic Sound yet, you definitely should. I will put a link to a free trial in the description below. Okay, let's talk about the next type of gimbal, and that is the hybrid gimbal. Okay, so this is the Feiyutech Scorp Mini 2. Now, the reason they call this a hybrid gimbal is because it's designed to hold smartphones as well as DSLR and mirrorless cameras. This is what truly sets it apart from the other gimbals that we've covered so far. So, if you're someone who plans to move between different types of gear or already owns a DSLR or mirrorless camera, this could be a game changer for your filmmaking setup. So, let's talk about some of the pros. Well, the Scorp Mini 2 can support a payload of up to 900 grams, which means it's compatible with not just smartphones, but also DSLR and mirrorless cameras. This makes it perfect for those of you that want more flexibility with their setup, especially if you're someone that shoots using multiple cameras but just want one gimbal. The tilt range and precision are really great, especially when shooting low angles. It has an additional handle, meaning you can get a much firmer grip on the gimbal compared to other gimbals, allowing you to get smoother shots easier. This one also has an additional grip, meaning I can get shots lower to the ground much easier. So whether you're shooting cinematic content with a mirrorless camera or just capturing B-roll with your smartphone, a hybrid gimbal like this is a fantastic option. It's relatively compact for a hybrid gimbal, especially considering the payload it can support, but still offers the sturdiness and control that comes with a more professional gimbal. If you're into content creation and have a mix of smartphones and cameras, then the Scorp Mini 2 or any kind of hybrid gimbal like this allows you to create professional level footage without needing multiple gimbals for different devices. Okay, cons. Now, while the Scorp Mini 2 is compact for its type, it's still larger and bulkier compared to the Insta360 Flow or Hohem M7, which are smaller and much more portable. This definitely isn't a gimbal that you'll be slipping into your pocket. You'll need a camera bag or carry case. The maximum payload of 900 grams is impressive, but it's still limited compared to high-end, more professional gimbals. Also, if you are primarily a smartphone user and don't plan to upgrade to a mirrorless or DSLR camera anytime soon, then the added weight and size of this gimbal is just completely overkill. Personally, out of all three of these gimbals, the hybrid gimbal is the one that I would use the least. If I'm looking for a small, compact gimbal and I'm just shooting for fun, then I'm going to grab the Insta360 Flow. And if I'm looking for something a bit more professional with a better tilt range, I'm going to grab the M7. It is extremely rare that I would ever pick up a hybrid gimbal. I'm all or nothing. I'm either going to be shooting with a smartphone, in which case I will use a dedicated smartphone gimbal, or I'm shooting with a DSLR or mirrorless, in which case I will use a dedicated DSLR or mirrorless gimbal like this one here. But there is absolutely a time and a place for a hybrid gimbal like this, especially if you're someone who shoots using multiple cameras but only wants to invest in one gimbal. So I do hope this video has helped you get a better understanding of what each of these gimbals does and who they are designed for. But choosing the right gimbal is just the start of your filmmaking journey. If you want to to learn how to capture smooth and professional looking shots, then be sure to check out this video here where I show you 10 go-to gimbal moves in just 5 minutes. But that's it from me. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.